3 nations, one massive stage. Welcome to the FIFA World Cup. Welcome to the World Cup.
5 of the biggest names in football walked into this World Cup as favorites. The bookmakers love them. The pundits picked them to go deep. And one of them has already shown cracks in match 1. By the time the group stage ends, at least one of these giants could be packing their bags early, and the warning signs were there long before the tournament even started. Today we're breaking down 5 heavily favored teams that have a real chance of flopping at the 2026 World Cup, and the tactical, age, and group stage problems that could send them home far sooner than anyone expects. Let's start with a team that's been here before. Belgium head into this World Cup still riding on the reputation of a golden generation that's quietly fading. The core that once topped the FIFA World Rankings is now a year older, a step slower, and missing the depth that used to make this squad so dangerous. Outside of Jeremy Doku, there simply hasn't been a new wave of stars to replace the players who carried this team for the better part of a decade. And here's the part that should worry Belgian fans the most. This exact group, with this exact aging core, already failed to escape the group stage at the last World Cup, despite being ranked one of the best teams on the planet at the time. History has a way of repeating itself, and if Belgium take their group lightly again, they could be on the first flight home before the knockout rounds even begin. Croatia have made back-to-back deep runs at the last 2 World Cups, reaching the final in 2018 and the semi-finals in 2022. But this is not the same Croatia anymore. Or rather, it is, and that's exactly the problem. Luka Modric is heading into this tournament at 40 years old. Ivan Perisic is 37. These two were the heartbeat of Croatia's golden generation, and they're still being relied on to deliver one more deep run before the window closes for good. The issue is timing. Croatia have landed in a brutal group alongside England, a matchup that immediately tests whether this aging core has anything left in the tank. One bad performance against fresher legs, and Croatia's incredible run of consecutive deep tournaments could come to an abrupt end in the group stage. Germany arrive at this World Cup with one of the deepest, most talented squads in the competition, and one of the worst recent track records of any major nation. Back-to-back group stage exits in 2018 and 2022 weren't flukes. They were the result of a problem that still hasn't been fully solved. Germany doesn't have a true, clinical, natural goal scorer. For over a decade, no German striker has even topped their own domestic league scoring charts on a consistent basis. That means even when Germany dominates possession and creates chance after chance, they can fail to convert, and when that happens, their high defensive line becomes a liability on the counterattack. Now add the group stage draw into the mix. Germany have been placed alongside an Ivory Coast side that didn't concede a single goal throughout their entire qualifying campaign, and an Ecuador team that's currently on an unbeaten run stretching back nearly 2 years, built entirely around a rock-solid defense. If Germany can't find the back of the net early, this group has every ingredient needed for a 3rd consecutive group stage disaster. Portugal come into this World Cup with one of the deepest rosters in the entire tournament. Elite goalkeeping, a defense built around some of the best centre-backs in Europe, and creative midfielders pulling the strings. On paper, this should be a team that cruises through the group stage. But there's one massive question mark hanging over everything. Cristiano Ronaldo is 41 years old, captaining Portugal at a record 6th World Cup, and by every indication, this is his final tournament. The pressure on this squad isn't just about winning, it's about giving their captain the one trophy that has eluded him his entire career. That emotional weight, combined with the physical reality of managing a 41-year-old striker's workload through the brutal heat of a North American summer, creates a tactical puzzle that hasn't fully been solved. If Ronaldo struggles to perform at the level the team is built around, or if managing his minutes throws off the team's rhythm at the wrong moment, a side loaded with talent could find itself fighting for survival against opponents nobody expected to be a problem. And now, the team everyone is watching the closest, 5-time champions Brazil. On paper, Brazil should be the team to beat. Vinicius Jr. is one of the best players on the planet, the attacking talent is endless, and this squad is being talked about as Brazil's best chance at a 6th title in decades. But here's what nobody wants to admit, the cracks are already showing, and they showed up in match 1. Brazil were dominated for the first 30 minutes of their opening game, fell behind, looked anxious, lost duel after duel, and only survived thanks to a single moment of individual brilliance from Vinicius. Their own manager came out afterward and admitted he was worried. that the team looked nervous, and that their defense was wide open in a way that simply cannot happen against stronger opposition. And on top of all that, Brazil are missing one of their biggest stars to injury heading into this tournament, a player who provides creativity and unpredictability that this squad badly needs. If Brazil's fullbacks and defensive structure get exposed the way they were in Match 1, against a team with real firepower instead of just a well-organized underdog, the five-time champions could be staring down their earliest World Cup exit in a generation. So there you have it, 5 teams that the world expects to go deep, but each one is carrying a flaw that could end their World Cup before the knockout stage even begins. Aging legs, missing strikers, brutal groups, and a defense that's already been exposed on the world's biggest stage. Which one of these teams do you think is most likely to flop? Drop your prediction in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next video covering every twist of the 2026 World Cup.